Hello and welcome everyone. Myself Mizanur Rahman, and today my topic of discussion is oxytocin. So today we will go to know that how oxytocin works. So first of all, we will choose some phenomena. One is uterine contraction, one is on mammary gland, and another two also present. So first of all, it is female reproductive system. This is ovary. This is fallopian tube, uterus, cervix, and vagina. So what happens in case of participation or baby birth? The contraction of cervix, contraction of uterus is important for expel out the baby. There are some stress receptor present in the cervix which stimulate the hypothalamus to secrete oxytocin. In case of hypothalamus, the paraventricular nucleus will secrete oxytocin and it will stored in the posterior pituitary, then it will be secreted out. When oxytocin is secreted out, it will act upon the medial layer. What is the layer? In the inner, it is endometrium, myometrium, and perimyometrium. In the myometrium, it will work. If you take some larger view, in the myometrium there is presence of a receptor which will receive oxytocin and will activate GQ protein. GQ protein will further stimulate phospholipase C, and phospholipase C will break down into the cell membrane into PIP2, and PIP2 will also break down the complexes into DAG and IP3. IP3 will act upon the sarcoplasmic reticulum and stimulate them to increase the calcium level in the intracellular space. And the DAG complex or DAG will act on protein kinase C. Protein kinase C will create some calcium channel which will increase the calcium level in the cell. And when when the calcium level is increased, the contraction will also be increased. When the contraction is increased, the baby birth or participation will take place. So if we summarize this again, oxytocin will come to the receptor, then GQ protein is formed, GQ protein form phospholipase C, further PIP2, this will break down to DAG and IP3. DAG will act on protein kinase C, which will create calcium channel, which will increase calcium level in the cell. IP3 will act upon sarcoplasmic reticulum, which will increase calcium level in the cell. Then in the mammary gland. In case of mammary gland, the prolactin hormone is already acted and the alveoli will make some milk. Then the red cells which you are seeing, these are myoepithelial cells. What oxytocin does? So first of all, before knowing this part, we have to know one part, that baby must suckling the nipple so that the milk can be ejected out. When the baby is suckling, there are some mechanoreceptors present nearby the nipple. When these are stimulated, they stimulate hypothalamus, PVN, and oxytocin is released, which will act upon the myoepithelial cells, which will act upon same process PIP2, calcium signaling mechanism, and this will contract and release the milk from this, and the milk is carried out through lactiferous duct and the milk is ejected out. In case of males, the male sexual organism, what happens when the male is about to ejaculate? The vas deferens contraction is done by the oxytocin by the same phenomena, and the sperm and the semen is ejected out through male reproductive system. It also helps in love and compassion and emotional aspects or cuddle hormone. In case of hypersecretion and hyposecretion, toxin is already given to the pregnant women to increase the contraction and the easy childbirth process occurring. What happens when the hypersecretion is done? If hypersecretion is done, then contraction will be more, milk secretion will be more, male sexual orgasm will more, and the love and compulsion will more. In case of hyposecretion, uterine inertia may occur. What happens? The mother cannot give so much contraction that the baby can be expelled out. So that's why, in case of them, the normal process may not happen. They must go for C-section. And postpartum hemorrhage, it is the injury of the posterior pituitary. What happens there? In posterior pituitary, in case of any internal hemorrhage or in case of any blockage or any terms, the posterior pituitary part is not get enough blood, then this hemorrhage may occur and no oxytocin can be released. So then also this problem can happen. So these are some function of oxytocin. I think I have cleared the concept. If you have any query, comment down in the comment section. Thank you.